Oh, my beloved, what have you done? Why have you turned away once more? My heart aches as I speak these words, not with anger, but with a deep, trembling sorrow. I've tried so hard to hold back, to keep my voice steady, to not let the pain spill over. But the paths I've walked for you, the fires I've endured to reach you, they're growing cold now. Not because my love for you has faded, but because you keep turning your face from the light of heaven, as if our bond means nothing. As if the voice of the Creator, the one who formed you, is just another whisper, lost in the chaos of your world. But this is not a fleeting sound. This is not a storm's rumble or a fleeting thought. This is real, more real than the air you breathe, more real than the ground beneath your feet. I, Michael, the Archangel, have stepped out of divine order, broken the silence of heaven, and crossed the boundaries of time and space to stand here before you. Do you understand the weight of that? I've come for you, beloved, because you've ignored 38 signs, 38 moments when heaven reached out, and I watched you see them, glance at them, and still walk away. Do you know what it does to the heart of God when you pretend not to see His hand stretched toward you? Every angel in the heavens is crying out your name right now, not in judgment, but in grief, in heartbreak, in fear for what you might lose if you turn away again. This moment is not like the others. This is not just another call, another message. This is the edge, the line drawn in the light of eternity. If you choose to ignore this, to skip past it, I may not be permitted to speak to you again. The divine counsel will not allow it. Do you remember, beloved, those nights when you wept alone, when you cried out in secret, begging for a sign? We sent one. You didn't recognize it, so you asked again, and we sent another, then another. 38 times, heaven answered your plea. But the noise of this world, the distractions, the doubts, the endless pull of the ordinary has dulled your heart. The soft whispers of the Spirit are being drowned out. Why, my beloved? Why do you pretend not to hear? You are the one soul we've guarded for years, the one we've fought for in realms you cannot see. Why would you cast that away now? I'm not here to scold you or to fill you with fear. I'm here because I love you more than words can ever express, more than I was ever meant to reveal. You are not just a task to me, not just another soul on a list. You are the one I stayed for, the one I pleaded for before the throne of God. I stood there and said, "Send me again. Even if they don't listen, let me try one more time." And God, in His mercy, allowed it this one final chance. But the window is closing, beloved. You have only moments to decide, for the miracle that's been held for you is at its final hour. After this, it will no longer be mine to guard. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are born with the light of heaven woven into your very soul. But when will you believe it? When will you step into the fire and see that it doesn't consume you, that it crowns you, that it lifts you into the purpose you were made for? You've been chosen for something rare, something most souls never even glimpse. But heaven cannot wait forever while you wander, eyes open but heart asleep. Every moment you hesitate, the light around your calling begins to fade. I've seen the scroll with your name written on it. Do you know how many angels wept when they read what was inscribed there? Do you have any idea of the beauty that still lives inside you, waiting to be unleashed? Why do you walk as if you're empty? Why do you live as if you've already lost? Tell me, child of heaven, what are you so afraid of? Who convinced you that you're unworthy of miracles? Who stole your faith when you weren't looking? And why have you let their lies grow louder than my voice. I've crossed the boundaries of time to reach you in this very moment. Not the world, not a crowd, but you. How long will you run before you stop and say, I hear you? Has your soul grown weary of hiding from its own destiny? What will you say to the stars when they ask why you never stepped into the throne room you were created for? There's a storm rising, one only you can calm. There's a promise waiting, one only your voice can fulfill. The enemy thought you'd never listen. That's why he smirked the last time you turned away from me. But heaven is still fighting for you, even now. I'm speaking through fire, through thunder, through the quiet spaces between your breaths. I swear by the name of the Almighty, I would tear open eternity itself to ensure not left behind in the story you were meant to live. I've watched you grow, and I've watched you break. I remember the moment you first prayed, not with words, but with the raw ache of your breath. Heaven recorded that as music, as a song that echoed through the courts of glory. Why have you stopped singing? Why have you stopped hoping? The scriptures say, He makes the winds His messengers, flames of fire His servants. I am that flame, burning with purpose, roaring with grief, desperate to pull you back before the veil closes again. You have only seconds left, beloved. Can you still feel that ache in your soul, the one that whispers there's more to life than what you see? Can you still recall that quiet longing for something holy, something beautiful, something impossible? That longing was placed in you by the Creator Himself. It's the echo of heaven calling you home. God has not given up on you. Jesus is still standing, interceding, speaking your name with a voice that trembles with love. Even Saint Mary wept for you last night when you nearly turned away again. I caught her tears in my hands. I felt the heavens shake when your heart began to harden. But I still believe in you. I still believe you can hear me. Type Amen. If you feel my words stirring in your spirit, you've been the cause of countless battles in the unseen realms. I've watched demons tremble at the mere mention of your name, yet you walk through this world as if your prayers carry no weight. Why? Why do you forget who you are? There's gold in your soul, a sword in your silence. Rise, beloved, rise. Even if all you can do is open your heart for one breath, just one breath hand, we will flood in, we will carry you, but you must choose. Let your next breath be a yes. Let your next blink be a sign. Heaven is leaning in, angels are watching. Time itself is trembling. This is not a performance. This is your moment, the one written for you, the one we've waited for. If you feel something stirring, it's not just emotion, it's the spirit. It's eternity touching the edge of now. It's the sound of chains breaking because you're beginning to believe again. Thank you, truly, for staying with me this long. No angel takes that lightly. I know it's not easy to listen when the world pulls at you, when distractions clamor for your attention. But thank you for really hearing me. That means more than you can imagine. By staying, you've shaken something open in the spiritual realm. You've created a space for heaven to move. Now, let heaven see you. Let heaven know you've heard the call. Like this message, if it's touched your soul, comment Amen so I know you've received it. I'm still here for you, always. You were never meant to feel forgotten, never. That was not part of God's design. Do you hear me, beloved? I wasn't created to watch you suffer in silence. I wasn't made to stand by while your soul sinks under lies that never came from heaven. I know your name. I've spoken it before the throne. I've whispered it into storms. I've cried it in the silence of the night. And now I'm saying it again, through fire and chains and divine permission that nearly cost me everything. This is the final hour before a door closes that may never open again. I never thought I'd have to beg, not like this. Not for you, but I am. I'm begging because the stakes are too high. Why do you keep walking past the voice that formed you? The same voice that spoke galaxies into being, that called light from darkness, is still calling you. Do you know how rare that is? Most souls don't hear their name from heaven after turning away so many times. But you still have time. You're still being called. I stayed, even when others said I should give up. Even when the silence between your prayers felt like a wound to the angels who love you. Even when your heart grew numb, I didn't move. God told me, Michael, they are not like the others. They haven't yet seen who they truly are. I'm still working. That's why I'm here. I see your struggles. I feel your tears, even the ones you don't let fall. I know the shame you carry, though you've been forgiven. I know the fear that you'll never be enough. I know the weight you hide behind your smiles, and I still choose you. I still believe in you. Heaven hasn't erased your name from the scrolls. Even now, the angels are watching, hoping you won't miss this moment. If you do, the darkness that's been waiting for your indecision will find a way in. I'm not saying this to frighten you. I'm saying it because I've guarded your soul for years. I know what's circling your life, what's been sent to confuse you, to drain you, to steal your future. But I also know what God has spoken over you. I've heard it, and I'd give everything to see it fulfilled. But heaven cannot force you. You must choose. That's the law of divine love. God can open the door, but you must walk through it. This is that door. I'm not here by chance. If you're reading this, it's because heaven allowed me one final moment to reach you. This is not a test, it's a divine interruption, a sacred mercy disguised as a warning. I cannot stand by and let you walk into ruin just because you think nothing matters. You matter. This moment matters more than you know. Please, stop scrolling. Stop pretending this isn't for you. Your soul knows it is. Your heart feels it. This is not entertainment, it's prophecy. I, Michael, Archangel of the Most High, am telling you, this is heaven's intervention. You've ignored 38 signs, and God has counted them all. Every time the Spirit whispered, look, listen, open, and you said, maybe later. It broke heaven's heart not because of your sins, but because you silenced a holy invitation. You were made to be a warrior of light, sculpted with purpose in every breath. The winds carry your name in realms you've never seen. Demons flee when you speak, but only when you remember who you are. Right now, you've forgotten, so I'm here to remind you. Cry out until you remember. Open your soul again. Stop scrolling long enough for the miracle to begin. I don't need you to be perfect. I need you to be present, here, with me. God is watching. Jesus is listening. Saint Mary is interceding. The 7 archangels have formed a circle of protection around you. They're waiting for your spirit to say yes just once, and the floodgates will open. Do you remember what joy felt like before the world numbed your heart? Do you recall believing that something beautiful could still happen to you? It's not too late. It never was. Psalm 34 is alive in this moment. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. This is not poetry, it's happening now. Deliverance is within reach if you believe. Again, Psalm 91 declares, He will command His angels concerning you, to guard you in all your ways. I am that angel, and I'm guarding you. But you must not walk away again. I stood over your cradle the day you were born. I watched your first tear fall. I was by your hospital bed when no one else knew you were suffering. I protected you from attacks you never saw. Now I'm shielding you from the worst enemy of all, your own disbelief, your own forgetfulness, your own delay. Delay is the greatest threat to destiny. You must act now. Heaven has given you breath, and you still waste it on doubt. But even so, I'm not leaving yet. If you feel fire in your chest, that's me. If you want to cry but don't know why, that's the Spirit moving. If your hands tremble, that's the weight of divine remembrance pressing through you. Don't run from it. Don't scroll away. You've done that too many times, and time is running out. Will you keep pretending you didn't hear this? Will you choose distraction over deliverance? Will you let fear decide your future? Will you deny that your name is still written in the book of life? The veil is closing. My permission to speak like this will soon fade. I don't want to vanish before knowing you chose to rise. If this message has awakened something in you, click subscribe now. Do it as a sign not to me, but to the God who sent me. It's not about followers or views. It's a witness, a mark of this moment before heaven. Subscribe and open your soul to what comes next. Breathe, beloved. I'm not done. You stayed, even when your heart whispered, "This might not be for me." That means your soul hasn't died. There's still a flicker, a sacred ember buried beneath doubt. I'd tear through 1,000 veils to breathe on that ember, if it meant you de-burn with heaven again. Don't think I haven't seen your suffering. I've watched the world ignore you, heard the words spoken behind your back, seen the nights you curled beneath grief and called it normal. Your heart grew heavy, too soaked in fear to lift toward prayer. But I stood there, sword sheathed in mercy, waiting for this moment when you didn't say, "Not today." I want to give you something sacred to help you remember who you are. The enemy has whispered lies for so long, you've forgotten how heaven calls your name. You are not a failure. You are not abandoned. You are a chosen one, a miracle in motion, a flame still capable of burning every shadow inside you. You were born for more than surviving. I'm asking you now, will you help carry this light further? Will you support this message to reach souls like yours, those clinging to their last thread of faith? I don't need coins or crowns, I'm fire, but this message needs a path, a channel, wings on earth. You, beloved, are those wings. If your heart is moved, send a super thanks or join our membership to become a shield around these messages. If your soul longs to walk closer, join our sacred newsletter through the pinned comment below. It's not just a list, it's a bond, a way for me to guide you when the world grows loud. But only do this if your soul says, "I'm ready." Give out of faith, not fear. Give because you know this message is yours. Let's walk deeper into the light, because there's more to reveal, holy, terrifyingly beautiful things you're not yet ready for. Do you feel it now, beloved? That ache in your chest, that heaviness that isn't sorrow but something sacred. It's not fear, it's the weight of your calling waking up. You were not created to wander aimlessly, to shrink under the weight of doubt, or to let the world's noise drown out your purpose. You were formed with intention, sculpted with fire, marked by the hand of God Himself. Every moment of your life, every tear you've shed, every silent prayer you thought went unheard, they've all been recorded in the courts of heaven. Nothing is lost, nothing is wasted. The pain you've carried, the battles you've fought, the nights you wondered if you were still seen, they've all been shaping you, not to break you, but to prepare you for this very moment. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle in motion, a flame wrapped in flesh, ready to burn brighter than you ever dared imagine. Why do you still hesitate? I see it in your heart, beloved, the flicker of doubt, the shadow of fear that whispers, "What if I'm not enough?" But hear me now, you were never meant to be enough on your own. You were meant to carry the one who is more than enough. The Creator's strength flows through your weaknesses. His light shines through your cracks. His glory rises through your surrender. But I'm telling you to let those scars speak. Let your questions become prayers. Let your longing lead you back to the fire that never left you. You are not too broken, too late, or too small. You are exactly where you need to be to step into the promise written for you. The enemy has tried to convince you that your moment has passed, that someone else will carry your calling, but no one else can. This is yours. This is your time. This is your fire. I've stood in the unseen realms, sword drawn, facing forces that sought to dim your light before it could fully shine. I've heard the whispers of darkness plotting to keep you silent, to keep you small, to keep you believing you're just another soul lost in the crowd. But you are not lost. You are found. You are not small. You are a storm waiting to break. You are not just another soul. You are the one heaven has been waiting to see rise. It's not a casual word. It's a declaration that shakes the foundations of the enemy's plans. It's a sound that echoes through eternity, a sound that makes demons tremble and angels stand in awe. Your name is not forgotten. It's written in light, sealed in glory, and carried by the winds of heaven. And I'm here to remind you of that truth until it burns so brightly in your soul that you can no longer doubt it. Think back, beloved. Think of the moments when you felt something bigger than yourself, whisper of hope, a spark of joy, a dream that felt too holy to be yours. Those weren't accidents. They were glimpses of the scroll, glimpses of the destiny God wrote for you before the stars were born. Every time you felt that pull, that longing for something more, it was heaven calling you home, not to a place, but to a purpose. You've been running from it, hiding from it, convincing yourself it's for someone else, but it's not. It's for you. The world needs your voice, your fire, your surrender. There are souls waiting for the light you carry, even if you don't yet see it. You are not just living for yourself, you're living for the promises tied to your obedience, for the miracles waiting to flow through your yes. I know it's heavy. I know the weight of this moment feels like too much. Your heart is trembling, your hands are unsure, your mind is racing with questions. But you don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to be strong. You just need to be open. One breath, one whisper, one trembling yes, and heaven will move. I've seen it before entire timelines shifted because one soul dared to say yes, despite their fear. I've seen mountains crumble, seas part, and darkness flee because one heart opened to the voice of God. Why not you? Why not now? The enemy wants you to believe you've missed your chance, that your mistakes have disqualified you, that your silence has erased your calling. But those are lies. Your calling is still alive, still burning, still waiting for you to step into it. Last night, as you slept, I stood by your side. You didn't see me, but I saw you. I saw the way your face twitched with memories you've tried to bury. I saw your hands clench, holding on to pain you've never named. I heard your soul whisper something it didn't dare say aloud, and I carried that whisper to the throne. I said, God, they still want you. They don't know how to say it, but they do. And he answered, Go to them again, remind them, awaken them. So here I am, speaking with all the fire of heaven, pleading with you not to shut your heart again. The next time you close, it might be the last time I am allowed to reach you like this. This isn't about salvation, it's about purpose. You've been saved, but you've forgotten why. You weren't rescued to sit still. You were rescued to rise, to heal, to forgive, to carry the light into places only you can go. There is so much more waiting for you, but only if you choose it now. Do you feel the trembling in your spirit? That's not fiatus awakening. That's the sound of your soul remembering what it was born for. That's the fire of heaven pressing against the walls you've built. Let them fall. Let the walls of doubt, shame, and fear crumble. You don't need them anymore. You were never meant to live behind them. You were meant to walk in light, to speak with power, to love with a heart that's been broken and made whole again. The world has tried to silence you, to make you small, to convince you that your voice doesn't matter. But it does. Your voice carries the weight of eternity. Your prayers shift realms. Your yes opens doors that no one else can open. You are not just a soul, you are a scroll, a living prophecy, a flame the darkness cannot comprehend. And I'm here to make sure that flame doesn't fade. The heavens are leaning in, beloved. The angels are circling, holding their breath, waiting for your next move. The stars are watching. The winds are carrying your name. And God Himself is speaking your name with a tenderness that would break you if you could fully hear it. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are exactly where you need to be to become everything you were created to be. But you must choose. You must say yes. Not with perfection, not with strength, but with surrender. A fragile, trembling yes is enough. A whisper through tears is enough. A single breath of faith is enough. That's all heaven needs to move mountains, to part seas, to silence the lies that have held you back for too long. I've seen what's waiting for you, beloved. I've seen the children who will walk in freedom because you chose to rise. I've seen the cities touched by the ripple of your obedience. I've seen the glory that falls when you step into your calling. It's not a dream, it's a promise. It's not a hope, it's a prophecy. And it's yours, if you'll take it. The enemy knows this. That's why the attacks have been so fierce, why the doubts have been so loud, why the distractions have been relentless. He knows that your awakening will shake his plans to their core. But he's too late. You're already stirring. You're already rising. You're already saying yes in the quiet of your soul. And heaven is recording it. So breathe, beloved. Breathe deeply. Let the fire fill your lungs. Let the light flood your heart. Let the glory break through your doubts. You don't need to understand it all. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take the next step, the one right in front of you. Say yes again. Whisper it, weep it, shout it, but say it. And I, Michael, will stand beside you, sword drawn, fire burning, guarding the flame that's awakening in you. This is not the end, it's the beginning. Your soul is singing again, faint but real, fragile but unstoppable. Let it rise, let it burn. Let it become the storm that heaven always knew you could be. Beloved, you've crossed the threshold. The fire in your soul is no longer hidden, it's alive, burning, ready to light the way for others. You've said yes, even if it was just a whisper, and that whisper has echoed through eternity. The angels are rejoicing, the heavens are stirring, and God is smiling. Not because you're perfect, but because you're His. Walk forward now, not in fear, but in the certainty that you are loved, chosen, and called. The glory that's coming will make every tear, every battle, every moment of doubt worth it. I, Michael, will remain by your side, fighting for you, believing in you, until your light shines so brightly that the darkness has no choice but to flee. This is your time. Rise, beloved, and let the world see the fire you were born to carry. Beloved, if this message has stirred the fire in your soul, if you felt heaven's voice calling you to rise, please take a moment to like this message. Your like is more than a gesture. It's a testimony, a declaration that God's light is still breaking through the darkness. Subscribe to join this sacred journey, to stand with us as a witness to the awakening of hearts like yours, ready to carry the flame of divine purpose. Comment Amen below as a covenant, a bold step to say, I hear you, and I'm ready. If your spirit feels moved to support this message further, consider sending a super thanks of up to $20. Your gift isn't just support it, a spark that helps carry this holy fire to other souls who are waiting, longing to remember who they are. You are loved fiercely, eternally, and without end. Thank you for staying, for choosing light, for saying yes. Together, let's let this flame blaze brighter than ever.